Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin continues to perform quite well here just after the US market opened. I think we have a small pullback actually when we look at the indices, the stocks indices, but Bitcoin really didn't care. Bitcoin keeps pushing and we're getting close to 120K and we're getting close to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. So basically, we are back in the same resistance area in which around which we were trading already in September, right? You might remember that in September first half we were watching for a bounce, at least a corrective bounce. It ended up as a corrective bounce. It did not go to new highs. And then we had a rejection from resistance. But really, the market is more like in a range, yeah? So we need to be very, very much aware that even though it all looks good in October and everything, and we talked about seasonalities, and I'm looking for higher prices, but the road to higher prices can change at an instant, yeah? So there are, of course, multiple pathways and scenarios, especially on the smaller time frames that we have to track. But for now, I think it's important to recognize we have broken above the September high. That's a sign of strength. We have also, and I want to just double down on that, we have found support. No, that was the wrong chart. Apologies. Let me open the other one. We have found support at our 21-week EMA exactly there. So I was quite vocal about this 21-week EMA acting as support in the last few weeks, yeah, since it hit it mid-August. And as long as we're holding above it, really, I think, I don't know, I mean, the probabilities for a larger pullback will only really increase once we get a break below it. And it's currently located around 111K, yeah? So please be aware of that. There's the 21-week EMA, there's the 55-week EMA. They both offer support. The 55-week EMA is, in my opinion, more relevant for the broader structure, whereas the 21-week EMA is relevant in the short term. And then in addition, obviously, we are tracking the Elliott wave structures, yeah? And now, with the push above the September high, we are still in resistance. So it's the same resistance area that we already visited and tested in September. This is now crucial because we are now in this area, and the break above 120,400 will be further evidence that we are in the white scenario. That doesn't mean we can rule out orange. Honestly, as long as it's a three-wave move, it can just be a B wave and a high B wave. But again, my base case is that we have not topped yet. I would need more evidence for that. We have not topped, we have not formed a major top. It's a question mark. That's not, not the main thesis. So, and even if we come down again, if it's a high B wave, it would be very, very rare that we get a high B wave on this wave degree and then go into a bear market, on this wave degree. But it's not uncommon, but it would rather be this larger degree then, okay? So from that point of view, I mean, there's still short-term strength. I mean, enjoy it as long as it's there. That doesn't mean it has to continue every day in October, right? There will be corrections along the way. And the risk of a pullback is high here because we've reached a key pivot. I will show you that on the smaller time frame. But again, that does not mean that it's time to be bearish in October and not when the short-term trend is up, anyway. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame. But quick note before we continue, I wanted to mention a campaign from our partner Bybit. Bybit, as you might know, is one of the largest global crypto exchanges, and Bybit has just listed Plasma. It's a new layer 1 focused on stablecoin payments, and they're running a promotion with a total prize pool of 9 million XPL. For new users, if you deposit $100 and trade $100 of XPL, you will get 300 XPL. It's worth around $340, I think, so that's limited to the first 10,000 people. For existing users, anyone trading at least 500 USDT of XPL can earn rewards from a 6 million XPL pool with individual payouts depending on trading activity. The campaign only runs until October the 8th, so just a few days left. If you were already thinking about opening an account or using Bybit more actively, could be worth a look. The link with all the details is in the video description and comment section. let's go back to the analysis. But please note, this is not a promotion of the coin. I'm just highlighting to you the current promotion that Bybit is running. So it might be worth a look for those of you who want to get some free coins. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame. And what we're dealing with here on the 30-minute chart is, if I make that a little, zoom out a bit, hold on, is this white count that we see, but you see the detailed structure here. So what have we talked about? So in both counts, orange, and you can see that B wave here, and white, higher prices are possible because the B wave can overshoot, as I just explained. And in the very short term, the $116,296 level is micro support. Yeah, so I've adjusted this already in my intraday updates on Discord. This is adjusted, and it will be adjusted if the price keeps pushing higher. I just want to highlight, guys, we were watching for one more high earlier today. Remember, in the previous video, we did get that one more high. Again, but without really getting a break below the 50% retracement, there's no sign of a top. And even if we now break below the low here that formed at 118,400, it might just mean that this wave 4 extends a bit, and then we get another high afterwards. So therefore, we have the support area. But obviously, the market moved from support back into resistance. We're close to that critical 78.6 retracement level. That's next resistance. I just showed you that on the larger time frame. Please note that also the previous swing high from September could offer some short-term support. Yeah, we broke above it. It was resistance before. It's the green line here. So it might provide some support together with the 23.6 retracement at $118,150. If we keep pushing higher, yeah, as I said, next resistance around 120,400 and then 122,290. There is no sign of even a local top until we break below $116,300. It's very important to recognize. Yeah, only then we can consider the lower support area. I would call that main support for a B wave pullback in the white count. And as long as pullbacks are corrective, that means in 3 waves, we can watch this support zone, or if the pullback turns into a larger 3-wave move, the lower support here at $111,030. Only a 5-wave move down, followed by a 3-wave move up, would then act as a 1-2 setup to the downside. So yeah, basically only if we get a 5-wave move down and a 3-wave move up, that would be a setup for lower prices in wave C of the orange scenario to the downside. It would also require a break below 111K. But as I just showed you, at 111K, we've got the weekly moving average, right? Coming in here, the 21-week EMA. So I think there's quite a lot of support below us. Yeah. So therefore, even though a lot of people are saying this is just a bull trap, it could be. You know, again, we all have to do risk management anyway. I mean, if you're trading this in the short term, make sure you understand where the key invalidation points are, where the support levels are of the setup you're trading. And I mean, I can only say there is quite a bit of support below 111K, right? Just showed you that. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some clarity about the markets and how they're behaving right now. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And also you can check out our X channel for additional updates. And also there's a small competition we have at the moment here. Let us know what you think is going to be Bitcoin's price end of the month. And you have a chance to win a month of our MCO Gold membership, which includes a lot of different charts, stocks, trading with live charts. You get updates about some stocks as well as benefit and gold and silver updates, in addition, live streams and much more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.